सनातनाय सूक्ष्माय सुगुणाय सुशान्ताय सम्पूर्णाय सुशीलाय Srinivasaय te Namah. This beautiful sloka is about how attractive Bhagavan Sri Srinivasa is and the beautiful relationship between Maata Mahalakshmi and Bhagavan Sri Venkatesha. Kandarpa Darpa Harasundara Divya Murte, you are such a Divya Murte. Kanta Kuchamburuha Kutmala Lola Drishte, Kalyana Nirmala Gunakara Divya Kirte, Sri Venkatachalapate, Tava Suprabhatam. Kandarpa Darpa Hara. Kandarpa is the Kaama Deva. Why is he called as Kandarpa? Because the moment he was created by Brahma Deva, he asked, "Kam Darpayami? Who should I make proud?" So, seeing that Brahma Deva said, "I'll call you as Kandarpa itself." Okay, so your name itself is Kamdarpa or Kandarpa. The Kandarpa can go and attract anybody. But then he looks at Bhagavan. He's like, "Oh my God, what do I speak about this?" So when a person thinks that he's the most beautiful and he looks at the person who is more beautiful than him, his ahankara is automatically reduced. Bhagavan is so beautiful that Kandarpa or Kamadeva, who thinks that he's so beautiful, looks at Bhagavan and he thinks that you are more beautiful than the most beautiful person. Therefore, his ahankara is reduced. This reminds me of the Gopika Geetam. All the Gopikas wanted to have the darshan of Bhagavan. They were yearning for the darshan of Bhagavan because Bhagavan vanished all of a sudden after promising to spend the night with them. So they are frantically looking everywhere. "Oh my God, where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna?" And then they sing the Gopika Geetam. When they cannot handle themselves anymore, when they've almost given up, Bhagavan appears there instantly. Tasamavira bhushaurihi swayamana mukhambujaha pitam varadara shragvi sakshan manmata manmataha. Bhagavan appears there wherever they were singing. Swayamana mukhambujaha. Swayam, he automatically comes there. He looks like a beautiful lotus. He's smiling. Pitam varadara shragvi. He's wearing a beautiful yellow color vastra, pitambara. And how does he look? Sakshan manmata manmataha. He's the manmata of the manmatas. So he looks so beautiful that he's the manmata of manmatas. So that is the feeling that is given here. When Manmata looks at Bhagavan, he looks like a manmata to manmata. He's all attractive. That is the beauty of Bhagavan, which is explained here. So those who have that ahankara, thinking of any of their possessions, because of this, they have the pride. I have these things, so I'm arrogant with pride. Bhagavan removes that mamakara from them. Sundara Divyamurti. He's so beautiful that Lord Venkateshwara, both when he takes the avataras, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, etc., or he is a deity in the temple, he looks so beautiful. In the physical embodiments as well as in the temples, he is looking so beautiful. Sundara, beautiful. Divya, filled with divinity. Murte, Sundara Divya Murte. So Kandarpa Darpahara Sundara Divya Murti can together mean that his divine form is so beautiful. It is Sundara, beautiful, Divya, divine, the Murti, his entire form. That what does it do? Kandarpa Darpahara. It even removes the pride of Kandarpa, Kamadeva. Kanta Kuchamburuha Kutmala Lola Drishte. Here, Maata Mahalakshmi is there. Bhagavan is there. Mata is addressed to as lotus itself, right? She is Padmavati Tayar. And Bhagavan is said to be a Neelamega Shamala. He is usually dark in color. Maata Mahalakshmi is like a lotus. Now what happens? Mata is Padma Sundari, but her eyes become black. Why does her eyes become black? Because she keeps admiring Bhagavan, who's dark hue in color. He's Shama Sundara, right? She keeps looking at that Shama color, that her eyes are reflecting his color, and her eyes become Shama Vadana. Therefore, Mata Mahalakshmi is called as a Nilotpalakshi. Now, Bhagavan keeps looking at Mata Mahalakshmi. So his eyes become Lohitaksha. Bhagavan is looking at Mata Mahalakshmi. How is he looking? He is gazing playfully at her lotus bud-like breast. What do we understand from this? In Sanskritam, there is a concept called Bhuta Sankhya. Wherever a number needs to be mentioned, they will mention something with which we are familiar with the number. For example, earlier we learned about Madhu Kaidapa. Madhu and Kaidapa were the two asuras. So number 2, whenever the number is mentioned as Madhu and Kaidapa, we could understand that in addition to mentioning the actual demons Madhu and Kaidapa, it also meant our internal enemies, the Kama and the Krodha. Kama Krodha. Whenever that had to be mentioned, Madhu Kaidapa. Bhagavan destroyed Madhu Kaidapa, means he destroyed the Kama and Krodha. We understood this. Similarly here, whenever the kucha, sthana, those kind of words are used, here the breast, all of us are familiar that it would mean 2. So the number 2 can be represented. In this case, it is represented as the kucha of, or the sthana of Mata Mahalakshmi. The meaning is totally different when it comes to this. Okay? So the lotus-like breast of Mahalakshmi. What do we understand from this? First and foremost, the Mata Mahalakshmi is filled with love and compassion for us. She sustains this universe, right? So she nourishes each one of us. So the Kuchadvayam can actually be the nourishment which all of us get in terms of the material things and spiritual things. So the two here, one aspect can be the material nourishment, the other aspect can be the spiritual nourishment. Both of this is given by Mata Mahalakshmi to us. The second very common interpretation in many Vedic explanations would be that the Kuchadvayam usually means the Jnana and the Bhakti. Jnana Bhakti, some call it as Jnana and Vairagya. Knowledge and devotion, or Vairagya. Whenever there is a mention of Kuchadvayam, we understand it as the Jnana and Vairagya are mentioned. Third, very interesting definition. In this case, in addition to just mentioning Kucha, it is mentioned as the lotus bud. What do we understand from this? Lotus stands for purity. It stands for detachment. It also stands for the Mangalakara, the auspiciousness. So, Mata Mahalakshmi, Mangalana Mangalam, she is the embodiment of auspiciousness to anything that we understand as auspiciousness. So, the lotus bud represents the purity and the nourishment in terms of the Mangalam also, which is given to everyone. Okay, so that is Kuchadvaya. Lola Drishte, playfully it is created. What is playfully created? The union of the Purusha and the Prakriti. Bhagavan and Mata Mahalakshmi, they join together in order to create the cosmos, maintain it. Everything is done by them together. Even when they take the avatara, they do it together. So the intimacy of the divinity is mentioned here. So beautifully that, it is a divine Leela. It is a divine play of Bhagavan that he playfully looks at the bud of lotus, the Kuchadvaya of Mata Mahalakshmi. Kanta Kuchamburuha Kutmala Lola Drishte. So your gaze is playfully over the lotus-like breast of your consort, Mata Mahalakshmi. Kalyana Nirmala Gunakara Divya Kirte. Kalyana. Kalyana Guna is all the auspicious qualities that Bhagavan has. He is filled with Kalyana Gunas which are innumerable. The entire Ramayana is to explain the gunas of Bhagavan. Every chapter, we see the gunas of Bhagavan Sri Rama. The initial starting discussion between Maharishi Valmiki and sage Narada is Kaunasmin Sampradam Loke Gunavan, the one who is possessor of all the Kalyana Gunas. So here, Kalyana, all the Kalyana Gunas, all the auspicious qualities are there in Sri Venkatesha. So he is on one side filled with all auspicious qualities. What about the negative qualities? Absolutely nothing negative. Correct. He is like a mine of all the Kalyana Gunas and zero negatives. Divya Kirte, his Kirti, his fame knows no bounds, right? Anywhere we go, Sri Venkateshwara is known. Tirupati, Tirumala is known everywhere. Bhagavan is known wherever we turn. So he is the Divya Kirti. His Kirti is known for the Divyatvam, the auspiciousness that he grants. Divya Kirti. Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. Let this dawn be auspicious to you, O Sri Venkateshwara. The devotee here is requesting Bhagavan, your form is so beautiful, your gunas are so beautiful. So please wake up and let us have this great darshan of you, O Bhagavan.
Kandarpadharpahara sundara divyamurte Kantakuchamburuha kutmalalola drishte Kalyana nirmala gunakara divyakirte Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैव बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि.